I'll call the hearing to order. Today's hearing comes at a time of severe economic distress. Unemployment is at a 16-year high. In 2008 alone, 2.6 million jobs were lost, and each week seems to bring even more gloomy economic news. Whether one looks at the housing starts or foreclosure statistics or the balance in retirement plans, there's bad news all around us. One role of this committee, traditional role, is to keep an eye on the bottom line. But getting the economy back on track must take priority in this instance over getting the deficit down. We simply cannot afford to let this economy get away from us, and so we must do what's necessary to boost a weakening economy. At the same time, over the long run, we must also find a way to get the budget back on even keel, on the path being balanced again. And that, too, is part of our challenge today, to find some way to thread that narrow needle, serving the immediate interests of the country, but also laying the foundation for recovery and stabilization of the budget and the economy at that point in time. Congress is at work on a plan as we meet to provide a substantial boost to the economy in the form of a strong economic recovery package. Both Congress and the Obama administration are looking at other steps that may be needed to stabilize the economy. And charting the right steps begins with an understanding of the economy, and that's the purpose of our hearing today. As we continue our efforts to understand where things stand with the economy today and where things are headed, we're fortunate to have a very distinguished group of witnesses before us today. We'll hear first from our new CBO director, Dr. Douglas Elmendorf. This, I believe, Doug, is your first appearance as a witness for CBO.
Yes, sir.
We're glad to have you, and glad to have you at the helm in particular.
Thank you.
When this committee met last week, we recommended to the Speaker of the House that Dr. Elmendorf become the next CBO director. Thursday afternoon, Speaker Pelosi and Senate President pro tempore Harry Reid appointed him to that position. So we welcome Dr. Elmendorf and we congratulate him. We also want to acknowledge the hard work of Bob Sunshine. Bob, stand up, please. Over the last couple of months and in prior years as well, he's acted as acting director of the CBO. And as Alice Rivlin just reminded us in the back of the room, he was there when she was first there. He was there at the creation. And we've been fortunate to have him in his position as deputy director since 2007. We're grateful to you, Bob, for your able work in the transition period and in particular for your service as the acting director. On our second panel, we'll hear from a number of distinguished economists. Dr. Alice Rivlin was the founding director of CBO and served as OMB director under President Clinton, and she currently serves as a senior fellow at Brookings. We'll also hear from Dr. Mark Zandi, who is the chief economist and co-founder of Moody's Economy.com, Dr. Lawrence Meyer, who is a former member of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve, currently vice chairman of Macroeconomic Advisors, and Dr. Kevin Hassett, who is a resident scholar and director of economic studies at AEI.